welcome to KIllco. I need to stop looking at the screen where I'm actually seeing myself. Look at the camera. Welcome to KIllco Whiskey Musings. My name is Brian. It's Friday. Congratulations, you made it through another week. And you deserve a drink. And so do I. So that's what we're doing tonight. This evening. Got to start saying that too, because it's no longer dark out. Because time has been shifted again. No fun to have time getting all weird on you once again. If you're wondering why I'm not quite looking at everything, I'm trying to actually do things I should have done beforehand. But we're good. Tonight, this evening, what year is it? I am going to try something for the very first time on stream. I thought about doing it in corking. That's like an It's Bourbon Night thing. And also, before I forget that, thank you to It's Bourbon Night for giving me a shout out on their little stream earlier. Secret stream, only for Patreon people. So I think there were like 30 people in there. Who knows? Who knows if any of them will stop by? We don't know. Right. We are trying something from Chattanooga. Chattanooga Whiskey 91. I've heard things. Some good things, some bad things. Never had it before. I've heard there's a malty thing, a funky thing, maybe. A little nervous because I don't know if I like malty things. So I'm concerned, to say the very least. Making sure I have everything set up here on the side screen. Bourbon, welcome. Yes, the mustache is as epic as it gets. I only do it for streams. Because, as I've said before, there's no point in the age of masks wearings everywhere. It feels a little silly to be like, oh, I must get it just right today. Did this half an hour ago. That was it. Or wasn't an hour ago. Time is a thing. But I want to pour this. This is I don't know if it'll show up because it's tiny handwriting. Chat. Hide my face. Chat. It says Chat Whiskey 91, even though it doesn't want to focus because cameras. Chat Whiskey 91, I promise. That's what it says. JJ, good evening. Early evening. It's the funny thing about doing Friday night drink streams for the past 3 months. I don't even know how long I've been doing this, actually. That's a fun thought. But yeah, suddenly time change and everything. It's bright. Like we have sunlight right now. I can turn this off. I have a light next to my computer. Look, it's not completely pitch black in here. But I don't know which is better. This looks like I'm in the shade. And the screen reflects off my glasses a lot. Gotta do this. Someone's here. And then question thing. Forged in Fire. Is that on television? That sounds like it was on television. I don't watch television. Yep, there's trouble right there. I was about to say. Oh, nice. Yes, I heard they did in a release. I think Mash and Drum picked it up. I feel like I saw something on Instagram about it. But yeah, heard about it. Might get a sample from someone. I'm not going to say any more because that might not happen at all. So, Jacob Enriquez, thank you for sending me so much Chattanooga. This episode brought to you by Jacob Enriquez. Yay. But yeah, I'm starting off like you recommended with the Chattanooga Whiskey 91. And I have the other bottle, which I think I might review this week. I know I had like a little poll. Was it Friday or Sunday? Of course you would start vacuuming now because you're a horrible person. Don't know if you can hear it. Hopefully you can. But yeah. The joys of apartment living. It's one of the things I've noticed about other whiskey tubers. They have houses. Or if they do live in an apartment, you can never tell. That's it, JJ. Chattanooga 111, which is probably hiding on the floor somewhere. Yes. Right here. A donation. Hand delivered, of course. Get to try this thing soon. curious because I've talked about malted stuff a lot. And I'm not sure if I like it or not. It might taste more like a Scotch. I don't know. We're figuring it out. We're finding out today if I even remotely will like this stuff. And if I don't, well, it doesn't matter because I have a bunch of samples to go through anyway. Bound to like something. Tawny Port. Is that the new one? Hang on. Let's be professional and check other things on Instagram. I'm trying to say, oh, Eagle Rare. Stupid freaking Instagram that distract me with stuff. What was I doing? Mashing up. Mike Myers. Cheers. Cheers and welcome. Did I say that? As soon as I start doing a stream, my brain stops working properly. I thought I saw the post. Where is the post? I'm curious. I'd say I thought Mash and Drum posted something earlier. But now I don't know. Oh, you know what? It was probably on his story. Yeah, Chattanooga Whiskey Port Cask. What'd you say? Port release. Yes. Tawny Port. Is it Tawny Port? I have no idea what kind of port it is. But yeah, that's where I saw it first. On the Instagram at some point earlier today. So maybe I'll get some of that from someone. But I'm not gonna. Here's one thing: if someone's talking about sending you stuff, don't say anything about it. I've already said too much. I can't guarantee me getting anything, but I certainly have, as we're finding out right now. And I plan to have a drink right now. Let me know what you're drinking if you're drinking anything. I know it's early for some, late for others. The reason I do start this at 6 p.m. is so most of you have gotten home from work. Maybe you're having dinner. Maybe you're finishing dinner. Maybe you've been out of work all day. I don't know. But the idea is to pour a drink early or pour a drink late if you're on the other side of the pond, as I like to say. So here we go. Oh, wait. Oh, there it is. There's tape on here, which I did not realize. So now you get to see me struggle with the tape. And I just trimmed my fingernails recently, so that makes it much more fun. I guarantee. I will be having something else after this, no matter what. But remember that Four Roses I bought like a month ago? I've been enjoying it. And I've been enjoying the single barrel as well. As you can see, we are getting to the sad point. I feel like once I get a bottle to that point where it's not quite empty, but it's certainly not half full, I start to drink them less because I don't want to finish them. Which is bad because it's then exposed to the air. Scott Moody, welcome. Charles to you. Charles. I don't know why I have to say it like that, but KIllco Swaggins. What'd I miss? I remember him mentioning it. What was it? What was it? What was it? KIllco Swaggins? I thought it was something else. Mash Musings? Mashbill Musings? He said something like that. Again, my brain don't work so good. I know he had a ridiculously long stream on. What day is it? Thursday? Wednesday? I know he did a late night stream and I was done. I think I did 2 streams that day. Was it Wednesday? The joys of doing the internet and being on live streams and drinking lots of whiskey on St. Patrick's Day. Not too much, thankfully, but, you know, more than I usually would. And I did just finish a dry week recently. So I'm still being fairly cautious with how much I'm drinking overall. Also, I'm looking forward to something that's, I assume, 40. Was it? It says 91 on it. I'm not sure about the proof, actually. Yeah, if I don't respond, it's because I didn't see it. I do? KIllco Swaggins. It's like Bilbo Baggins. I get it. I have to check. Yeah, if you think I'm distracted, I'm distracted all the time. And if someone sends me an email, it is a surprise. Happens. Really. And I don't think I have any alerts for that email account, kind of on purpose. What? New website design. Oh, shit. I don't see anything. But again, there's a reason I don't check this email all the time. I get a lot of patron messages on that email for some reason. Friday's at Fred with Doug. You're welcome. Doug H. Cheers. Wait a minute. Ugh. You enjoying this? This is glorious. I feel like I'm in the shade now. I'll turn the light back on. This is actually the normal lighting anyway. It seems so bright. Ugh. Hurts my eyes. Oh, and I got this is my other problem. It's like, who have I said hello to? Who has just gotten here? What is going on? Keeping up with chat when it's just you is a thrill. Jonty, Chels to you. I've almost gotten this thing off. Kind of wish I had a pair of scissors or a knife, but I don't. So we're just going to struggle. Struggle. You can probably hear that lady vacuuming the store because she is nuts. All right, here we go. I got it. I think I got it. It's lovely. Let me know what you did this past week. How was your St. Patrick's Day? That's one thing I'm curious about. I know what I did was I was on Rock Gut Review. He had to stream that day, so I ended up on there for a little bit. And then I did an obligatory stream, of course. I often wonder what you can hear and what you can't. That was a dog. I don't own a dog, but I am on the first floor, and there's a hallway that people like to traverse on the first floor. It's right up there. Oh, finally get it. I did. Got it. Oh, jeez. You think I have trouble on the videos with stuff? Ooh, you have no idea. So much is edited out. Whoa. I didn't miss anything. Okay. For those of you who are just arriving, we are having some Chattanooga 91. Never had it before. Looking forward to it. Just opened it. And now we pour. Right next to, oh, that's a lot. Lovely. I gotta start saying lovely. I don't know when I started doing that, but as soon as I started to realize how often I said it, became a thing. I'm one of those people who, if I hear words too often, it starts to bother me. Do this. Note how many people say like when they're speaking. I certainly probably do it. I probably do it. Try not to. Oh, God. Well, nice. Yeah, what was it? Was it the cast strength? Something recently. I mentioned the Redbreast 21 sample you sent me because I was getting reminded of it. And I'm going to assume it was the Redbreast 12 cast strength. Or it might have been a different Irish whiskey I tried. Possibly the Sexton. This is why I make videos, because I can never actually remember what I said or did. Like, I have a feeling I've said I like sherried Irish stuff in one video and then said I don't like sherried Irish stuff in another. It was a different bottle each time. Like I think it was the Tyrconnell I didn't like, and that's supposedly a sherry finish. I think. My brain don't work. Oh, there's trouble. Hello. JD Bourbon Approach. Hello. Oh my gosh. Well, that should be fun. Thanks for joining us. I imagine you're just waiting to board a flight. Flying right now is terrifying. Pardon or welcome. Welcome. As I was saying, we're trying Chattanooga. I poured it. It's actually quite a bit. We'll do the little color thing. Color! Like in the video. Like, comment, subscribe. It's a decent color, right? I like it. That's my color right there. That's what I like to see in a bourbon. Although I think this is from Chattanooga's Tennessee, isn't it? My mind no works so good. This is why I have Google. Google will tell me everything I need to know. Oh, wait, did I? Oh, I'm on the ball tonight, this evening. I'm doing so many things. Here's the thing. I was starting to make sure I did stuff for the stream, like right before the stream started. We're talking like a few seconds before it started. And now I'm not sure if I actually did what I was supposed to do, and I have to check. I did. Whew. I wasn't sure if I did the pin at the top because I can't tell on here. StreamYard doesn't tell me. It's totally different. What I'm supposed to do, Roger. Man, I'm so good at this. Now I know what ADHD whiskey feels sometimes when he's doing a stream. It's like, what was I doing? What am I doing? So exciting. How many legends are there, Bourbon Wrench? Everyone's a legend. Anyone who's here is a legend, just so we're clear. Mike Myers, hello. Woo big. Look at me. Cheers, everybody. Cheers all around. Yes, you all cheers each other while I pretend like I'm not distracted by something else. Is it working? I don't think it's working. All right, pop out chat. It's the one good thing about this is I can pop out the chat and then I can close the tab with the chat. I was actually watching the Whiskey Tribes podcast thing before the stream started as well. Watching, listening to, whatever. Same thing. And unfortunately, it's like 45 minutes, so I only got about 20 minutes into it. It's been a day. I got to remind myself that it's been a day. I've been having sleeping issues because my brain is the way it is. And it was, let's see, going to sleep at 3 a.m. and then waking up at 7 a.m. I do not recommend it. But that's kind of what I did this morning. And then I managed to fade off into sleepishness until about 9:45. Yeah, so I'm probably going to burn out soon. Don't know how soon, but soon. All right, our Chattanooga whiskey has opened up a little, I think. Whoa. Well, I don't get a malt funk, so that's good. It's actually fruitier in the smell here than I thought it would be. Actually, I had no idea what to expect with this. Oh, that's what I was going to do. Someone tell me it's Chattanooga, Tennessee, because I feel like it is. I feel like it's actually a place in Tennessee. But my brain, no work. Moody, thank you. That is the question I ask. And then I forget that I asked it, and then people start to say stuff. I'm like, what's going on? That tends to be my norm. What did I just say? What's going on? Where am I? I know spelling out the word Chattanooga has been fun because 2 T's and 2 O's. I mean, knowing that is a good thing, but trying to spell it out. Yeah, Tennessee. Chattanooga, Tennessee tourism. Well, let's check that. That's not. Yes. And I'm assuming the Chattanooga distillery is there, because if it's not, what the hell's going on? But yeah, all right. Sad part is I already know this is like what do I call this? The drawback from using this Whizzky App thing / website is it gives you the star ratings. It's only like 5 stars kind of thing, but you're immediately biased just by that. Like I see 2.9 out of 5 stars for the Chattanooga Whiskey 91, which is what we have, which I poured. So already I'm being influenced, and it's like negatively. Not negatively. I mean, it's almost 3 stars out of 5. I don't know. My whiskey must be 4 stars at least. No, that's not true. I'll drink whatever. As some people here know, I drink some strange stuff, and I always seem to regret it, but whatever. Sagamore Rye, double oaked. Oh, it sounds lovely. Maker's Mark 101. Good stuff. I think. I've only had a sample. Still need to buy a bottle. However, I think when I did do the Maker's Mark lineup, where someone sent me samples, or I was sent samples by a viewer, that's the nicer way to say, who the heck was it? I did a sample of Maker's Mark, and I found that I do tend to like the cast strength more than the 101. But I'm not sure if I even had the cast strength to drink there. I know I didn't have a bottle, so ooh. Nice. Drew from AZ. Welcome. Like, comment, subscribe. I feel like I'm going to start doing a joke about that. It's going to be so bad, as I will just say that like sporadically for no reason whatsoever, because that's what the YouTube overlords demand. They demand your thumbs for reasons, and they definitely demand your subscription. That's like giving away your soul, but it's free. What is hogs? I don't understand hogs. I've missed something. Ooh, Booker's 2020-01. I don't need, but I would like to get a Booker's Kathleen batch someday. I have a feeling the price of that has skyrocketed, and it'll probably never happen, but there's a reason for it. So if you ever see one at a good price, not like crazy prices like I'm sure they are, I just said like, I think that was in the right context, so maybe it's not so bad. Booker's Kathleen's batch. I need to get one of those someday for personal reasons. It's something I drank on the day I lost my pet cats, and I remember I couldn't taste it. I was so like that was a bad day, and I had a drink, but I don't remember anything about it. But I would like to have a bottle of that, so every year on that day I can have a drink of it. And that would probably be the only time I drank it. But again, don't remember what it tasted like. So that's how bad my mental state was. Whoa. It's true. It's got a point. Oh, there is a slight malt funk to this. It's only slight, though. Like with most scotch, that's very obvious. With this, it's not. It does smell kind of fruity, which is weird, but good weird. There's a sweetness to it. Yeah. I could easily just like start doing this and completely forget I'm streaming. That's how bad it gets sometimes. It's like, what am I doing? It happens when I'm recording occasionally. I'll just be doing this for 10 minutes, and then it's like, oh, or 5 minutes. I try not to do it for too long, but suddenly I'll be like, oh, wait, I'm supposed to be recording a video right now. Speak, you fool, speak. James Morgan, welcome. Elijah Craig Barrel Proof. I've heard good things about Elijah Craig Barrel Proof, mostly from It's Bourbon Night. I think I know their video came out today about best bourbons and stiffs. And there was a special guest that I wasn't expecting. That was amazing. I knew it. You're talking in code for things about stuff. Am I right? No, I'm right. Okay, I do want to drink this. And again, I have a lot of it. So there's that. I had a... I'm having so many different things going through my head with this that it's hard to just like verbalize them. The one thing I got was that weird, not weird, but that my mind went to like a grape lollipop, which was a nice little memory. But it was those like really, if you've ever been a kid, like those little white sticks and the round purple lollipop things. that you get at your dentist's office, I think, or the bank. I remember you get them at the bank. That's in here. Ah, okay. I'm letting it sit for that reason. I don't have it covered. And again, I'm not 100% sure on the proof, but I assume it's 40.5 just because it's called Chattanooga Whiskey 91. But I don't know. And again, I do have a whole bottle of the Chattanooga to go into at some point. I think there was a tie. Like I did a Q&A session for one of my streams recently. Was it the one on Wednesday? Oh, I really need to keep track of things someday. But it was to try and ask the general populace here, since I don't have Patreon. I don't have a Patreon thing up and running, I suppose I should say. I've been mulling this over for a while. I have a Patreon thing, but I have no way to like give anything for doing it, so I just haven't broadcasted it. It'd be nice to have people giving money every month, but I would start to feel guilty if I wasn't really doing much with it. I should talk to Trev. He does stuff on there. People do stuff on Patreon, but I can't do. There's the thought in my head that comes up over and over again. You have to spend money to make money, and I don't really have money to spend on making things like glassware and shirts and such. So as soon as I even start thinking about that, I panic. So I don't. But you can support the channel in that way. Oh, I didn't do the thing again. I have the pin. And now we have the thing. And we have the thing. Someday I'll get it all right. All right, here we go. One more time. See if I still got the grape lollipop. Yes. That's the other part. I'm not, I hear, I worked at a shipping place, like a small shipping store, not like UPS or FedEx or anything like that, but it was a learning experience and just trying to get through area codes and where to ship stuff and how to, at least I have a fairly good idea of how to package things properly. But man, it's a lot of effort, and that's why I appreciate getting samples and bottles via hand delivery so much, because that takes time and effort and madness. And yes, that is the general idea. Like KIllco runs in your support literally means a portion of the money at least will go to buying new whiskeys to sample, because unlike probably most of the other channels that have a stability and an actual income, I know has that. I had a spending spree with credit card 3 years ago, and it just kind of kept going. Once you're once family and friends know you're into whiskey, that's all you ever get, which is amazing. Yeah, you're living my nightmare right there, Trev. It's just having those obligations and having that stuff to do. My brain immediately is like panic mode. Something's going to go horribly wrong. Someone's going to get angry. Oh, it's fun. Oh, I do have a good printer. I have an HP big old thing off to the side. You can't see it. But yeah, I do have that. True. The thrill of having patrons. Anyway, I do have one. But again, I am too terrified to actually make it a thing, simply because I can't. The best I can do is like private live streams. That's it. So there'd be one of these on YouTube, but it would be unlisted and private, and that's about it. And it'd be the same thing we're doing now, except maybe less people, maybe special whiskeys. I don't know. It's a lot to think about. And as soon as I start to think about it, I start to panic. So, well, I'm not great about responsibilities. In fact, doing these streams has been the most responsible thing I've done in a very long time. I do like the smell of it, but it's certainly not bourbon. Like if I was given this blind and someone had said, "Hey, here's a bourbon," I would go, "What the heck is this?" It's actually reminding me a little bit of Japanese whiskey, which of course reminds me a little bit of Scotch, which is not surprising if this is a malt thing. But I'm not getting that weird funk. There's a sweetness to it. There's some kind of fruitiness going on. Something about great freaking lollipops for some reason. The fruit part is so freaking perplexing because I don't know what fruit. And I always just default to freaking what? My default is usually berries or citrus, and it's neither of those, I don't think. Why don't I just say guava? Because I have no idea what that smells or tastes like. But it could be. I don't know. It's a good word, though. Say something smells like guava. People are like, oh, how refined a palate and smell you have. Yes, I do. Guava, certainly, yes. Smells like purple lollipop. Oh, yes. That's where I go, purple lollipop. Which is grape, supposedly. All right, I've been nosing this long enough. There is that pressure to give like amazing tasting notes for me. But I'm like, I got this, and this. Yeah, you can tell me what you get. I do like the smell, but it's not like anything I've had before, which is probably a good thing. Let's go in for the taste. The test, I'm going to wash my mouth out with some water first. I don't remember what I ate recently. Probably French fries. It's cold. All right. Cheers to all of you. And to the beginning of a weekend. Yay, good thing. And to living another day. I think I said that on Facebook recently. I saw someone, I'm so bad at remembering names. Someone recently had a car accident. They are fine. But yeah, that sucks. Now I just want to check to see who it is. Because they might be here for all I know. But cheers to living another day. And to hopefully having a good weekend. Because weekends are fun. What the heck? Whoa. Oh. I mean, yes. I have heard them. I try not to put too much pressure on myself, but as I've said, mental problems. So that was nuts. Just so we're clear. I know I was talking and doing other things, but I feel like I just ate a gingerbread cookie or something. And my tongue's a little dry. But the initial hit of that was something else. I don't know what. It was nice, but exact specific words? There you go. That works. I mean, I really wish you could do something like that. Like, it almost feels like a joke, and it's something I can see. Like, have you ever watched or have you ever seen? Oh, what the heck was it? Man, it's always nice when I have a decent reference, but I forget what that was called. Was it Korean Dad? Oh, that sounds bad if I say it like that, but I think that was it. Dave, welcome. Hold on. Let me double check this so I don't start putting my foot in my mouth. Not dance. God damn it. Stupid search engine thing. Yes, there's a viral Korean Dad. Your Korean Dad. TikTok. That's why it's a thing. TikTok is a thing. But anyway, I saw little blips of his stuff, and he talks to his camera like it's a child. So I can be like, I'm getting this, and this. What do you think you smell on that? Oh, yes. Oh, yes, I think so, too. I agree. You know what? I didn't think of that smell. I'm glad you said that. Let me try again. It would be a little hard if I got to the tasting bit. It's like, hi, have a taste on the camera. What a mess. I don't think so. I'm going to go back out for another sip of this. I'm going to hold in my tongue because this was a little roller coaster ride I just had, if you couldn't tell. Oh, I know that's good stuff. Ho, 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 ho. Tongue tingles. It's spicy. It's a little peppery. And funny enough, it is reminding me of like a ginger snap cookie or gingerbread cookie or something like that, which I like. I mean, that's more of a holiday thing for me, so it feels weird drinking or tasting it now. Am I getting vanilla? Is that why I'm saying gingerbread cookie? Because like little gingerbread men with a little frosting on top. Ooh. Well, I like it, so that's a good thing. Part of me wishes it was a higher proof, but that's just, I feel that's my default. I'll drink something that's a lower proof and then immediately wish it was a higher proof if I like it. That's my curse, I suppose. And even that, I don't drink high proof stuff much. I think actually, hold on. Let me check. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There's at least 7 bottles in view. I don't want to stretch my neck too back. There's at least 7 bottles that I can see on my shelf here that are over 100 proof. So a lot of them are probably less than that. But now it's like, oh yeah, I'm just Oh. Yes. You are doomed. That's why I think I did one stream where I tried a whole bunch of different high proof whiskeys. I forget what it was. It was like, it wasn't bottled in bond, but it was like, what's the proof or something like that. I don't even remember what I titled it. But it was a stream, and I had maybe 3 or 4 different high proof whiskeys in front of me, and I sipped them all kind of willy-nilly very fast. I did, a standard pour, which I found is a mistake for a live stream. You do half an ounce, if that. And let's just say I was feeling pretty good about that stream. And it was probably one of the early ones because I was maybe nervous. I get really nervous before the stream starts because it's something about watching the timer and counting down. I don't know what that's about, but yeah. It just, anxiety issues. It's fun. It's much like going outside these days. The smell does not match the taste on this. That's funny. I can tell it's sweet. I can tell there's a weird little malty thing, I think. But good grief. And there's something about the texture that I don't like. It's not bad, and it's not watery or anything. There's just something about it that feels off to my palate, I guess, or my tongue or my tastes or whatever it is. Oh, there's some tannins at the start too, like a little woody oakiness. Do I want to say like cedar wood, or is it there's some kind of wood note going on? I'm not sure which kind. It could just be oak, but I want to say cedar or sandalwood or something. That doesn't seem right. Huh. Right. Interesting. Chattanooga, you have intrigued me. I'm starting to understand why I've been hearing so much about it. Because it is not what you expect, and it's a little more complicated in a different way than your standard bourbon. Let us consult the charts, as they say. Freaking Dickel. Freaking Dickel. Dickel, 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 Dickel. I can say that because it's a word. I have a Dickel. Do you have a Dickel? Anyway, where is it? Where is it? God damn it. No, yes. Dickel. This is the Tennessee Bottled and Bond. I might have won this recently on the Mash and Drums channel. And then you have a neck pour. See? I don't know why, but I was not fully aware of an actual like neck pour until recently. I knew they were a thing, but I didn't think about it too much. Like Elijah Craig doesn't really have a neck pour. This is the neck. This is where it stops. It's fine. But with other full bottles, I started to become more and more aware that it's actually something that exists, and it may or may not be something that messes with your whiskey for the first pour. Suck it. I was like, why? What's he spelling there? Oh. Oh. It's 11 years? I didn't know that. I've learned something new. It was good. Good to know. I mean, it's something I'm going to review, of course, as with many of the bottles that are sitting to my right and behind me. Don't talk about the ones that are behind me, because that just implies I don't have enough room on my shelf, which unfortunately is true. I'm even considering putting something behind me, but I realize having to get to it, I'd have to turn around completely, and I don't want to do that. I don't want to do that. All right, let's get into the Whizzky App thing. Link down below for people who are watching this on the replay, if that's a thing. I assume it is. Chattanooga Whiskey 91. See what the internet says. There might not be anything here because I didn't check. Oh, thank you. There's stuff here. Right. What? That's a new one. I don't even know what that means. I mean, I know what that means, but I don't understand. I do not understand. Vanilla. That one's always so common. All right. So, first, as with the videos, I try to have some organization to this. It never works. It kind of works. The average price paid for this bottle in particular is around $35, give or take. Give or take, whatever that means. Oh, nice. The nose for the community notes here is chocolate, dairy, vanilla, and malt. How does something smell like dairy? Are we talking like smelling milk? Make sure it's not sour, or I don't think I've ever seen that note on here. Dairy. I'm gonna keep D-A-I-R-Y, dairy. Why? I don't get that. So chocolate, dairy, vanilla, and malt. Malt, I suppose I got. But again, I'm not certain on that because still have not nailed down if malt is a certain thing I don't like in a whiskey. But I have noticed I get some kind of weird funk on scotches. So there's that. Vanilla? I mean, there might be a vanilla sweetness. I'm just stuck on the word dairy now. I'm going, what the hell? Where is what? Chocolate I could almost understand, but I'm not getting that. When I think chocolate, I think Cadbury mini eggs. That's my problem. That's my chocolate right there. Whoa. Really? Oh, yeah, that would make sense. My brain isn't working. All right, flavor for the community notes. Well, first of all, there are some regular bourbon notes in here, but looking at this little wheel they got, it just perplexes me with what they have here. So the community flavor profile is milk chocolate, malt, vanilla, cream, and cinnamon. cream? Cinnamon is the only one on there. I'm like, oh, okay. And maybe malt or vanilla, that one as well. But milk chocolate isn't something I taste. If I did, I might know. Okay, and I understand malt, sort of. Cinnamon, sure. Vanilla, a little bit. Cream? No. I think of whipped cream, though. Or a sweet cream of some kind. Milk chocolate? No. That's strange. It certainly does, like, as I've been saying, it is not anything like a bourbon that I'm used to. It says it's a bourbon on it, but I would have no idea if someone said this and said, here's a bourbon. Enjoy. Maybe. Again, I have certain, my sense of cream is either whipped cream, which is pretty much just sugar, and then I have one for coffee creamers, I suppose. And there's one in my head probably for the silly thing I get at Starbucks a lot is they have an Irish cream cold brew, so there's like a thick stack of supposedly Irish cream stuff on top with a little cocoa on it. The cocoa is very important. If they don't put it on there, I get kind of upset. And it's wonderful. And it's the freaking giant thing of cold brew, which I probably shouldn't be drinking because caffeine makes me a little fine. But finished profile on this is malt, bitter chocolates, and allspice. I like the idea of allspice, but for me, it's just a little dry. I don't think I get bitter chocolate. Maybe malt. But again, malt is one of those weird ones for me. I can't quite pin it down. I know it's there, but I'm not sure if it's even malt. So yeah. Oh my God. Well, you're thinking of a Cadbury cream egg. What I was talking about the Cadbury mini eggs, which is the hard shelled chocolate things. I have a whole bag of them, and I have one mini bag of them. I didn't buy the bag. My mother gave them to me. Thanks, Mom. But lots of sugar and very crushable. Like you can eat those things constantly. It's dangerous. Danger, danger. All right. On to the official stuff. They have no tasting notes on here. I might try to go to the website and hopefully they'll have it there because I want to know what they officially say about this compared to what is on this app website thing, because the ones they have here are unlike many things I've seen before. Like usually bourbon has a very standard vanilla caramel. What's the other one? Cinnamon sometimes. Vanilla caramel. Sweet. That's often one. Oak. That's the other one, I think. Those are your common ones for a bourbon, but this one does not fit in that category at all. At all. Blah, 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 blah. Make all the weird noises. It's funny. It's not that funny. Where did that come from? Suddenly I had Amazing Grace going through my head. That was fun. Right, here we go. They do have stuff, I think. Curbside pickups. Sweet. Do they not have tasting notes? All right, they do have something here. I'm going to read that, but I want to... All right, I was about to read the official overview thing from the Whizzky app, and then I realized it's the same thing on the webpage, so we'll just go there. But I will give you the bits of info that are on here. You can look this up yourself, of course, to confirm or deny it. The origin of this is Tennessee in the US of A. ABV is 45.5%. Type is a straight bourbon. Age, no age statement. There you go. As far as what their distillery says about it, what is my favorite bourbon? My default answer is Wild Turkey 101, but I feel that's kind of a cop-out these days because everyone says they love Wild Turkey 101. However, I will also put a strong second, almost on the same level, for Four Roses because, as I said at the start of the stream, I got these bottles about a month ago, and let's just say I've been enjoying them quite a bit. I do have to stick with either this or the single barrel because, believe it or not, even though I have a whole bottle of the Four Roses tan label, not enjoying that one quite as much. And I did kind of classify this as a mixed drink bottle, not really a sipper in a Glencairn kind of thing, which isn't surprising. I mean, that's what it's being sold as pretty much. You can try it yourself. Ow. You can try it yourself to find out. If I break one of these by accident, oh God, I'll never live it down. Sip it in the morning yet? No. I'm tempted to do so, but I haven't really figured out if the lighting would be good. That's one of the fun things about making YouTube content is you constantly worry about lighting. And at night, when I do the video reviews, usually, I have full control of that. Even now, the sun is just starting to set, so things are getting a little back to normal. But if I turn off my light next to me, you can tell it's starting to get dark out. There you go. I did have some, I didn't have whiskey in the morning, but I did have some Irish cream in my coffee on Wednesday. That's about as close to doing whiskey in the morning as I've gotten thus far. And I know there is still a certain time frame where people seem to think that your palate is most receptive to whiskey. I think it's 10 o'clock in the morning or something. Ugh. Right. It says Tennessee high malt for this thing. It gives the mash bill, so I'll say that because that's always good to know. For whatever reason, I like to know mash bills. I don't fully understand them. I mean, I know the gist of it. It's what they put into making it, which I think is the reason I like knowing it. In this case, the mash bill is yellow corn, malted rye, caramel malted barley, and honey malted barley. So a good amount of barley, chunk of rye, and some yellow corn. Yeah, I would never know there's rye in here. I usually get something very specific for rye. Of course, now that I've read that, it's wait a minute. Hold on a second. Is that rye? I don't think so. Rye is usually, a mint or a eucalyptus or something weird like that, or black licorice. I don't think I'm getting that. The fermentation on this, extended 7 days, cooperage, toasted and charred oak barrels, finished 4,000 gallons charred oak Solera barrel. Solera? That's wine, right? Sounds like wine. And now the little blurb that was on the Whizzky app, but is also pretty much just pulled from their website. Made with 4 grains, including 3 select specialty malts. The extended 7-day fermentation highlights the rich, complex high malt character while providing nuance, fruity complexity. Hey, fruity, thank you. Aged in 2 different charred and toasted white oak barrels, the combination delivers a balanced, confection-rich barrel character and harmonizes with the malty, rich spirit. After aging more than 2 years, okay, so it's at least 2 years, Chattanooga Whiskey 91 utilizes our version of the Solera finishing process, bringing together nearly 100 barrels into a 4,000-gallon charred white oak Solera finished barrel, which never goes empty. Expect notes of dried apricot, sweet tea, and honeyed toast. So they certainly have a very different idea. Dried apricot. Okay, that one I could agree with because I did get a fruit note on here, but I could not tell what it was. Sweet tea. It's definitely a sweet smell, but now that they say sweet tea, it's oh yeah. There's almost a tea smell on here. Honeyed toast, though? No, not for me. I have a very toast to me is like a char thing. And honeyed toast, I'm pretty sure I know what honey toast tastes like. Yeah. Cheech, cheers. Welcome. No, I have to drink half a bottle or it's not worth it. Notes will never make sense to me, I think. It's good. I like. I'm not sure if I get a bottle of it because it's such a departure. Like, I wouldn't buy a bottle, but then again, I can't find it. I would recommend getting a sample of it or tasting it somewhere. Definitely. It's good, but I think it's just, I think I'm looking forward to trying a whole bunch of samples. I will say that. And as a first start to it, I think this is definitely recommended. And that's I think that's kind of what I mean with would I buy a bottle of it? Probably not, because it's not around here at all. So there's that. And if there's one thing I found out recently, I seem to be a little particular about what I'm buying these days. I have to be, because I have to review them and I have to make a video about them and I have to figure out where to put them. Ooh. Ooh. Cheers. I said cheers. Cheech. Are you drinking anything tonight? I read someone say cheers and now cheech and then words. How does one speak? I've had too much to drink. It's fine. I'll have 3 sips of it and I'm done. Everyone loves it. I love the Dickel. I always remember taste is subjective. Someone out there loves this stuff. I can't say either way because I have never tried it. No, wait, I've never had it out of a bottle directly here or for review. I believe I had a sample of Dickel at a restaurant maybe about a year ago-ish. And it was not terrible, but there was this metallic-y tang thing, which I wasn't a fan of. And I think I get that from grain alcohol or something. Don't know. Not sure. Ow. Eagle Rare. Woot. Barn Door, that's a favorite of mine, which I need to buy another bottle of because the one I had disappeared. Oh, that's what I needed to do. That's right. As soon as I saw that bottle of Eagle Rare that Trev had, I knew I needed to have that, but I haven't seen one anywhere. And I will definitely buy one just to have the empty bottle someday because it's a freaking giant bottle of Eagle Rare sounds amazing to me. Well, I feel pretty good when I get a giant bottle or a handle of Wild Turkey 101. Don't need to keep those, but I'm always pleased to have one. Oh, it's starting. Excuse me. Freaking messed up sleeping pattern is starting to catch up to me. That's lovely. What? Beer? What kind of beer? I want to say, is it Corona? That's a bad joke. Don't. It probably is. I know the 1 or 2 times I've had Corona, it was very dry. Are you hunting? Are you performing? Are you lost? Is it a Taco Bell? I mean, we need to know these things, Cheech. What did I do with it? Oh, it's right there. Put the bottle down. Forgot where I put it. The other thing, I would have no idea this is a Tennessee whiskey. I would have no idea. I should show off the samples now that I've taken a few of them out. But the next one I've been told to try is the actual bottle, or the order of trying these. And I was worried about the malt stuff. There doesn't seem to be a huge malty problem with this one, thankfully. But it certainly is not like any bourbon I've had before. And I would recommend trying it, at the very least. But I imagine some people who buy this stuff may not like it. I like it just fine. It is lovely. Dos Equis. I've heard of that. I don't think I've ever had it. Someday. There's one thing I've learned by doing all these reviews is I have a lot more things to sample and try in the future, whenever that happens to be. I've talked about not being certain of what pear likes so many times on streams and on the videos I do that my mother finally just gave me a pear. So as soon as it's ripe, I will eat it, but I'm worried that it's going to go right over. I've been told pears are something that are it's not ripe, it's not ripe, it's not ripe, it's ripe, and then I don't want that to happen. And I can have a definite idea of what pear means to me. I think I've had pear candies. That's about it. Pear flavored candies. Hunting indeed. The funny thing, I read that sometimes and people say they're hunting. I'm like, why? Why are you on here and hunting? Shouldn't you be careful? Are you hunting turkey? Or bear? Or search of venison, maybe? No, hunting bottles. You could be hunting wild turkey for a rare breed. Little whiskey slang for you there. Good stuff. I want to find some rare breed around here with It's Bourbon Nights video recently. And talking of rare breed again, I was like, oh man, I can't get that around here. Not easily, not for the right price. If I could get rare breed for $40, I would be happy. And I would definitely do that. But everywhere I see it is $50 or more. So yay. Turkey season starts tomorrow. Like there'll be wild turkey around or like actual turkeys? I just want wild turkey, I must admit. The whiskey, of course. Whiskey channel. Want more whiskey. Even with all this, how dare I? How dare I sit here and say I want more whiskey when I have probably 40 plus bottles next to me? How dare I? I also wonder if you can hear the new neighbors. The young couple who moved next door with their little dog. Hopefully not. They're relatively quiet compared to our wonderful neighbor next door who is... There you go. Actual hunting. I think I've had venison once or twice. Definitely I've never gone actual hunting. Probably never will. Don't plan on it. Don't like. For numerous reasons. But hunting bottles and whiskey, I can do that. I planned on doing that. I've talked about it before. I had the initial idea of going to a bunch of liquor stores that are in my area within, I guess a 5-mile radius, give or take. Nothing super far away. And just looking at their stock and seeing what bottles they had, maybe taking photographs, putting it on Instagram, so I can get some hand deliveries or at least some idea of what people wanted. That was the initial idea that I had a year ago, and that didn't work. But then I feel like I'm someone who's working the secondary market, and I don't like that. I wouldn't be. But the idea being, how did I phrase it? I'm trying to remember now. So my Instagram's a thing. It exists. If you know what it is, it's there. So I would take pictures of certain bottles while I was out in the wilds hunting bottles. And then if someone saw one of those pictures and I'd have the price there and they wanted it, PayPal and Venmo are things these days. They could Venmo me that and I could hand deliver the bottle to them. They could, of course, give me a tip if they wanted to. And I think the original idea was, much more exhausting, where it would be I would bring bottles to people, literally, hand deliver, and they could give me a tip. And it wouldn't be bought from me. I would be giving it to them because they wanted the bottle and it was gifted to them. Or they were just buying it and I was just delivering it kind of thing. But again, rules and laws and such. Like people, you can't make money off bottles. Like I don't know. It's all madness. As soon as I started thinking about it, I ran into those kind of thoughts, and it was like, whoa. Blah, 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 blah. I know as whiskey community goes, I think the one thing we all want to do is share our whiskey and help people get bottles they can't get. I know that's a big thing with the Elijah Craig people. I'm not a huge Elijah Craig person, but I know I want to try more of them. I think I've only had a couple of samples of Elijah Craig barrel proof stuff, and I hear that's done well. So we'll see. We shall see. I've been trying to figure out, one of the things I have to do at some point is figure out which bourbon distilleries I like the best. I know Four Roses is going to be up there. I know Wild Turkey is going to be up there. I haven't had anything from Bardstown. I haven't had anything from... What else haven't I had anything from? Can't think. No worky. My brain no worky. I think... Well, I hope that's not picking up. The fact that they're like playing music next door. If that gets picked up on here and YouTube even hears a hint of it, they'll come down on me real hard. We don't want that. In the smoker. $50 in the UK or 50 euro. Euro pounds? Words? Highest ABV Scotch. It's understandable. Hank Butts, hello. Cheers to you. Thanks for stopping by. Always glad to see people show up, because in my mind, it's always no one will. And then I'm proven wrong within the hour. Less than the hour. I think it was 10, 15 minutes, and there were more people in here. Someone was here. It's glorious. Glorious. So official thing on this is it is definitely a different smell as far as a bourbon thing goes. If you're not into malted stuff, you might not like this, but it's kind of fascinating. It's not what I'm used to, and I like that. And I'm certainly looking forward to the other kind of finishing stuff they do, because this was supposedly was the what was it called? Words go here. Oloroso? No. Solera. There we go. Solera. Finished. Supposedly. Ooh. The bourbon wrench is here. Still waiting for him to invite me on his channel. Trev. You don't have to do that. You definitely do not have to do that. I have been on a few people's channels, but it's always a nerve-wracking experience. I always enjoy it. But, I think I'd be more terrified it was like a lot of people. Like I can handle this many people in my chat, but if I think about more than 20 people, I start to get a little hyperventily-ish. I can definitely hear the Beatles, so hopefully that's not picking up at all. Lurking. You lurky lurker. See flying high. Nice to see you. Bourbon Baller, what is up? The ceiling. Oh, that's a disturbing thought. If you'd like a lesson in intrusive thinking, here's the example I will just give. I looked up, I saw the ceiling. I also saw that I have a lighting fixture up there. And then my brain was like, what would happen if that fell on you? And then the anxiety began. That thing isn't going anywhere. I've been sitting under that for years, and now it's just like, oh, that's an enjoyable thing to put in your brain. Although if it did fall down, it would only trash, probably destroy my webcam and my screen, and hopefully not hit me. Maybe. It might destroy my microphone, too. Great. Lovely. Oh, my brain is such a fun place to be. Oh, good. Thank you, Barn Door. I was getting a little paranoid. The joys of having thin walls. And they're new, so they have no idea. And they're also a young couple, so they have the... What is it? What do I call it? So they are under the impression that turning on the radio or leaving the television on makes it so I can't hear other things they're doing. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge, saying them all. It's funny. I am amused. Bemused? Amused? Bemused, probably. Oh. Butts, words. No, it's fine. I like to tell anyone who comes in here, be here when you can. It's important to me that you want to be here, and if you can't, that's perfectly fine. I mean, I certainly love to have people here when they can be here, but I don't want anyone to feel like, oh, I missed it. I'm so sorry. It's like, oh, yeah, come on. You're here to just relax. This is supposed to be the relaxing part into your weekend kind of deal. I mean, it is for me, certainly. I'm just trying to have a sip, have some company, because as we all know, we're not exactly getting out as much as we used to over the past year. So it's nice to have good company and good drinks, as they say. And I also say that with the possibility, the vague possibility of any other person coming onto my channel someday, is I'd never want to pressure anyone to come onto this channel, especially if they are a much larger whiskey tuber person with, actual stuff to do and lots of subscribers. If you can get on here, you can get on here. And it has to be on your time and when you want to, kind of thing. And if it's just too busy and you got stuff going on, don't worry about it. Some other time, it's fine. We have all of eternity. Not really, but Scott, you've been here. Happy cheers. Jen, who's Jen? What's going on? I missed something. Saying words. I definitely missed something. Oh, there you are. Jen Arlino. Hi. Whew. Welcome. Getting to the point where I can't keep up with chat. That's always good. About what am I drinking? Or was that just a general, what are you drinking? I am officially drinking Chattanooga Whiskey 91. I just did a kind of impromptu live review of it since I never had it before. It is good, but it is not what you would expect from your typical bourbon, to say the least. Much more malt forward. A little spicy. But pretty good. The texture isn't quite where I want it to be for some reason. And I can't really explain why. But that's just how it is with me. There's something about textures. I guess I'm a texture person. Like, there are certain things I don't like eating. I will eat them occasionally. Like yogurt's okay. Freaking pudding is okay. But I think, what's one thing that bothers me? Bananas. I don't particularly like bananas. Something about how it's kind of a hard thing, and then you start eating it, and it turns into like a mush. Something that bothers me about that. I can deal with applesauce, no problem, but certain textures bother me. I think I'm more of a crunchy person than anything. So I'm putting that on a list now, Dos Equis. I don't think I've ever had that. Here's the fun thing about having a channel that's technically not strictly whiskey. It is now. KIllco Whiskey Musings, that kind of gives it away. But as I've said before, I want to do PC gaming, and I want to do singing. I want to do something else, which I can't remember now. Oh, live streams. I'm doing those. But of course, it's for whiskey. But I would certainly be happy to review anything, really. Beers, wines, maybe not so much wines. I would like to try expensive wines. I do not want to buy expensive wines because I do know I'm not much of a wine person. I know that much. And I only know that because my brother used to deal with, he's like a somm, an actual wine somm to an extent. And I've had a number of wines in his presence. And he was like, it tastes like wine. This is white wine. I'm pretty much the type of person who defaults to white wine or a rosé. I'm not a huge fan of red wines, it seems, for whatever reason. But again, I haven't had a huge amount of red wines in my day. Bubbly is kind of weird. Like champagne is kind of weird. There's something about champagne that bothers me. I'm not sure what it is. There's something about it. I'm trying to remember the taste of champagne now. I was like, ooh. There's something I don't like about it, but I can't tell you what. I think it might just be the bubbles. I'm not good with bubbles anymore. I don't drink soda much anymore. It doesn't agree with me, it seems. I used to drink so much Mountain Dew. Yum, yum. I'm trying to find the chocolate in this so bad, but I'm not getting it. Mama Juna? Mama Juna. Why do I want to say it like that? Hank Butts, thank you. You are awesome. I appreciate you. Thank you. Thank you so much, because every time I get any kind of support from any of you here, it's just, I don't know what to say other than thank you, and I can't do anything else. It's like, you know, should I sing a song? What do you want? Should I stand on my head? Do you want me to drink something horrible? It's cool. So I've just defaulted to saying thank you very much, because I tried to do the thing where it was nice. Like I could get $50 doing something where it's like, yeah, I'll drink something awful if I can get to this much. But then I'd have to drink something awful, and that is not pleasant, to say the least. I think, what was the mixture I did? It was an apple-flavored Evan Williams and a cinnamon-flavored Evan Williams that I mixed together. That was not great. I recall not enjoying that at all. Dominican rum drink. Hang on. I got music in the background now. It's nice. Menage finished in bourbon barrels. It was a great budget wine. Who was I talking about with that recently? The idea of how so much liquor things are kind of interweaving nowadays. So not only is whiskey finishing in wine casks of varying sorts, or finishing in tequila casks, or finishing in rum casks, whatever. It's working both ways. So rums are being finished in whiskey casks, and tequilas are being finished in whiskey casks. Tequilas are being finished in wine casks, maybe. You know, it's just, what? Oh, hold on. I gotta make sure I read that. Mama Juna. Okay, hold on. I'm gonna type that into Google and look it up so I can focus on it later, because if I don't, I will forget completely that it was said at all. I believe I was talking with Whiskey Central briefly on one of her streams about that. So you start doing a stream and you're having a wonderful time and you're talking and chatting up people and drinking whiskey, and then after you're done, it's just, 2 hours are gone and you've forgotten everything you said during the stream. Why is it like this? Why? Dominican rum. See, I like rum mixed drinks, but I've tried rums. I've tried a very, very few rums, and for whatever reason, it's not great. I think it's because if I want to think of a good reason that I don't particularly like rums, Captain Morgan, during your 21-year age years, college years-ish, we'll say, did lots of shots of that stuff, and it wasn't the best. So my memories of it are not the best as far as personal experience goes. I've heard things about Malort. Heard it's terrible. Thank you. I mean, that's what I seem to be able to do most of the time, but even then, it's, imposter syndrome is a thing. Yay. Mama Juana. Oh, J-U-A. Okay. Or J-A-U. My eyeballs. J-U-A-N-A. Okay. J-U-A-N-A. Mama Juana. Mama, you wanna have some fun? Why is that a song? No, there's a restaurant. Hang on a second. There's a restaurant called Mama Juana in Rhode Island. How far away is it? Hold on. We've gotten sidetracked. We're going down the rabbit hole, Here we go. Join me in my adventure towards the rabbit hole. All right. It looks like it's 37 minutes away. Let's go. Now I'm curious as to what the heck this place is. Oh, and there is, of course, the first thing that came up. What the heck is the Dominican drink Mama Joanna? So we'll put that aside. Is it Dominican food? That would be random. What the heck is this place? It's open right now. You've opened a whole door you never knew existed for me here. I can't even read that. Is it Portuguese food? Is it just in Spanish? Am I having a stroke? I don't know what's happening here. Okay, I can read the word calamari there. What is their normal? This is not in English. All entrees are served with white rice, beans, yellow rice, with pigino peas. Pigino? Pagino? Pagino? I used to having music next door. Lovely. Oh, man, this is weird. All right, I'm going to keep that on the side there because I'm curious about what the heck that restaurant is. I don't know. I looked at the little website / menu thing, and it's like in tongues. It's not English or partially English. Could be a Chinese place. I have no idea. So it says Chimi Tostonos sliders, cherry plantain sliders, fried calamari. I'm reading the English parts. Mashed plantain with shrimp, mashed plantain with chicken or beef. Plantain? Is that a banana? Wait a minute. It doesn't sound right. Why would they put bananas with chicken or beef? I'm so confused. And it looks like Portuguese or Spanish. Spanish I might be able to figure out, but this says polo. I think that's chicken. I didn't take Spanish in high school. I took French, and I failed that miserably. Let's see. Anthony, welcome. Welcome. DC, welcome. Caribbean, maybe. Or Puerto Rican. Yeah, that's what I'm kind of defaulting to because let's just say this area is very, very popular with the Portuguese crowd or Puerto Rican crowd. See, I say that, I'm like, wait a minute, are those two separate things? Because I don't remember that. You can see how often I get out and how little I know of the world just by that statement right there. Chicken Alfredo pasta, so that's Italian. Sandwiches, ham and cheese, hamburger, cheeseburger. Mama Joanna burger, bleh. Mofongos. What is this place? What's this? I don't know why it's in two different languages. It's confusing me. Okay. Banana family, but not as sweet. I thought so. I've heard the word plantains before, and it's just whatever. Caribbean. Okay. We'll say Caribbean restaurant. The fact that that exists so close is a surprise to me. But their webpage is garbage because it's not a webpage. It's just a freaking menu and not a very good one. I'm confused now. Oh, you know what I can do? Let's try this one more time. Their website is on Facebook. That tells you a lot. No, I don't want to message them. God dang it. Looks pretty good, food-wise. And drinks-wise. A lot of rice. I'm starting to get hungry. It's got outdoor seating. Look what you've done. You've sent me down the rabbit hole of this random restaurant that happens to be 40 minutes from where I am. I wonder if they sell the drinks you're talking about, because now I'm curious. We'll put it on the list of maybe places to go someday. That is what I do with Google. If you're not, you may do the same thing where it's like, oh, that place sounds interesting. Save to want to go. You're never going to go there, but you saved it just in case. Someday you will go there. Old Porsche 1920 has plantain notes. I don't think I've ever had a plantain, so there's that. Yeah. No idea. Okay, banana. Yeah, I get banana off Jack Daniels, I think. Was it Jack Daniels? Like regular Jack Daniels. I don't know about the other stuff. I'm pretty sure I had a bottle of, I don't know if it was single cask. I don't think it was cask strength, but it was not their usual wine, and I didn't get any bananas out of that. Poke bowl. That's the it's like sushi except on rice or something. Well, sushi except on rice. Sushi, what is it? It's different. I know a poke bowl is, just fish, but it's literally in a bowl, and they do something else to it. I've only seen it once. My thought process of a poke bowl is my father ordered it at a restaurant, not knowing what it was. He was a little surprised. You can imagine they bring you out a bowl of, cold fish. It's like, wait a minute. Is this what I ordered? Apparently it is. How much you wanna? All right, we're going over the drink here. All right, the drink we were talking about for a moment until I got distracted. Mama Joanna, if I'm assuming that's how it's pronounced. It was invented by Jesus. Or is that Jose? Jesus? It says Jesus Rodriguez in 1950. But I'm not sure how to pronounce that. Chicken cordon bleu? I don't know. I didn't see it. But it didn't look really hard. That's how I roll. I get distracted by one thing for like 2 minutes, and then it's like, what am I doing? What's going on? Where am I? What year is it? How much have I had to drink? Those are the questions I come up with. Especially with different sauces. Oh. Oh. Booyah. Oh. See, I haven't done much of the raw fish in my life. I've had some sushi. I believe I've talked about it before. One of my highlights for having experience with Japanese cuisine was in Las Vegas. I went to a place called Nobu. Amazing restaurant. If you can ever go to one, do it. You expect to spend a lot of money, but it was amazing food. The fish was amazing. I got to use chopsticks. They had amazing sake, whatever, however you pronounce that. And it was something you could only get at their restaurants because I believe they import their own sake from Japan. So there was that. And that was during my trying to find out a kind of alcohol I like phase. I believe I'd gone through sake, wine, beer. I often got stuck with malt beverages, I think. Twisted teas were my thing for a while. Plenty of sugar in those, very sweet. I feel like that's why I start to default to bourbons these days. The sweet alcohol. It's like caramel candy in a glass. All right, let's see here. We'll go to their website, which is this goddamn Facebook. And look, what do they classify themselves at? Anything? It says restaurant and bar. I don't know why I'm getting so sidetracked by this. Why not? Page transparency, blah, 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 blippity blap, blappity blue, bloopity blippity blap, the blue. All right, this place is like a mystery restaurant. I don't know what the heck's going on with it. So here's their info on their Facebook page. A place where you can eat, drink, laugh, and build memories with your friends and family. Tells me absolutely nothing about the kind of food you can get at the restaurant, other than it seems to be meat, chicken, rice. I would easily default this place as a Colombian food kind of deal. But it just says restaurant. That doesn't help. And it is in 2 languages, which is confusing to me as someone who only speaks English. It's like, speaks and reads English. Ugh. Plantains. Plantains are the thing. Eagle? Eagle Rare? What? Give it to me. Give it. Uh-oh. Tell us more and send us some. Sazerac. I think that's on the list of things I haven't gotten to try was Sazerac. Sazerac Rye is the word I want to say immediately. It's on the list, as are a number of different whiskeys out there. I believe I was talking with It's Bourbon Night and a few other people who were on their stream just a little while ago, is that a lot of things that were listed in their recent video I've never even tried. I've had Old Tub, and that did well. But any Stag stuff, never had. Any... What else is on there? Blanton's I've had a sample of. I know there are a lot of them. But Blanton's is Blanton's, we'll say. Spanish? What? That wouldn't surprise me, though. Like I said, it's very, very rarely do I see a place that has, 2 languages on one menu. Interesting. Washington State, what? Yeah, we all want to know. It's like, wait a minute, what? Give it. All right, I have that for later. The Mama Joanna, your Mama Noah. So I'll look at that later. We went over the Chattanooga whiskey, so we're good. So now it's just drinking. We get to enjoy drinks. I'm enjoying this Chattanooga stuff pretty good. Pretty good, pretty well. I like it. But still really weird. I heard a baby says too. Is it? Good, because guess what? No way, I'm going to knock something over. Oh, High West Double Rye. I say it like that because it has an exclamation point. Whoa. There we go. Put that back. Stay. Eagle Rare is pretty good to get in the UK. That's surprising. I mean, from what I hear, from what I reckon, I've heard that Eagle Rare in some places in the U.S. is not easy to get. I know I can get a bottle right now, technically. I can go to the liquor store and buy one. $35, which is a little more than I like to pay for just one bottle, but I do like it. I can't pretend I don't. I can't pretend I don't like it. Oh, my second pour for the evening will be this one, if only because this needs to die at some point soon. Like, it probably won't survive the weekend in all likelihood, but that's at least 2 or 3 drinks right there. Just because of this damn glass looks misleading. It doesn't look like it's got much in it, but I know that's at least 3 drinks ish. That's pretty hefty pour. So I'll have a little of that tonight as well. It'll be lovely. I got to stop saying that. And I also have the Four Roses single barrel that needs to be polished off. Although I think I can get another one of those if I wanted. I haven't done that yet. But I've been telling myself that once I get a certain deposit from a certain place, I will probably make some purchases. And there is the thought process of trying to get Patreon thing up and running, so I can at least do stuff like It's Bourbon Night was doing with their question and answer thing. I can at least get some input, as to what should I review next, or what should I buy next, even that kind of thing. Because buying whiskey is kind of an investment when you're doing this kind of thing, and I'm always dumbfounded by what other whiskey tubers do, because if you think about it, let's do the math, shall we? Because that's always exciting. Let us do, I have a calculator on my nice computer here. Hold on. So 365 days divided by 7. That didn't work. Hold on. I don't know how to do this. divided by 7 equals, woo, that's an odd number. 52 is what it does. You think I would remember that? So yeah, 52 weeks in a year, you would have to buy 52 bottles if you only reviewed one a week. That is madness because after 1 year, you would have to 52 bottles. After 2, you would have over 100 bottles. And let's just say I'm not willing to do that. So I know at some point I'm going to run out of things to review, but I can always find something. Like the fact that anyone here gives me samples and people have donated bottles, amazing. Makes it so much easier. I don't even know what to say, but it's glorious. That certainly helps. I'm trying to think of one of the most the easiest thing is when Stanley Wagner sent me a whole bunch of samples for December because I was not going to get an advent calendar and I was not going to do any videos, but he gave me a good reason to do them, and I did them. Was it exhausting? Yes, but I did it. I recently got reminded of how exhausting trying to put out a lot of content is, simply from doing videos on. Well, I think I put one on Saturday. So Saturday, no, Sunday, no, I didn't. Friday, I think. The Irish whiskey lead up. So I did one for Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, and then Wednesday. So just doing 4 videos in, the start of a week, absolutely exhausting. Absolutely exhausting. And all I was doing was drinking Irish whiskey. But I feel like I drank a lot of Irish whiskey lately. And I think the winner of those few was, Redbreast's 12 cask drink, still amazing. Different now. Different batch, different tastes, that kind of thing. But the Sexton came out pretty close to the top there. Ow. Must read chat. Make sure stuff's going on. Ow, ow, ow. See, I like Eagle Rare, but we're looking at prices. Hold on. Look at this. 43. Double rye is 35. Double rye is not expensive here. I think that's why I bought it. It was probably around 35. What? That sounds about right. I know I can get a bottled Eagle Rare for $35 American, but I don't do that very often because, again, I am the $25 is the most I want to pay for my whiskey person, unless I'm buying a handle. Then I'll go as high as $40, but that's just my handle of Wild Turkey 101 usually. And that's expensive, apparently. I've heard people get Wild Turkey 101 cheaper. I wish I did. But I also haven't looked at other places nearby. I only go to one kind of big how do I put this? Okay, so if you've been to Total Wine, the place I go to is kind of like that, but it's not Total Wine. It's it's a clean small business / family owned thing rather than your mom and pop liquor store, which can just look like whatever. And those places kind of sketch me out sometimes, I gotta admit. But you can find some interesting stuff there, and sometimes they have no idea what they have. So that's always good. Haven't been able to look at many liquor stores these days because, 2020, 2021 doing its thing. Oh, really? All right. So I'm getting a little bit of a deal. Now, there you go. If you have too many bottles, there's no harm in asking. I do it all the time. I go to other whiskey tubers streams and I just say, "Give me the whiskey, please, and thank you." It might work someday. We'll see. The fact that I've gotten samples from anyone is just another one of those, what? Reality check. What the hell's going on here? I don't even understand. I feel bad, though. I can feel the effects of freaking the way my sleeping was last night. It's catching up to me real quick. So I may have to lie down for a little while. I will probably have Trev's stream on my phone, and I'll be kind of watching that haphazardly while I'm lying down. I'm not going to sleep through the whole night. This has been the thing that's happening to me lately is I've been waking up really early, like stupidly early, after going to bed at like 3 a.m. for no reason. So it's like 3 a.m. to 7:30. Just 'cause. And freaking Then I'll try to stay up for the rest of the day. And by right about now, my eyes start to hurt in a certain way, and it's hard to function. It's even harder to think, more so than usual. I'm sure the whiskey is helping. Ugh. But I can feel it. I can feel my eyes getting tired in a bad way. Whatever. I definitely have stuff to do later tonight, so there's that. I think one of the other things I was thinking about doing was online whiskey tastings or whiskey tastings in general. Were part of my plan for last year. Again, didn't happen. I like what Ed's doing with the online tasting deal. Oh yeah, that'll help. That'll definitely stave off any sleepiness. Ugh. I will have another drink later tonight. Like I said, this bottle needs to die. It won't die tonight, but soon. I need to put it out of the misery. One of the things I was thinking about as far as this channel goes, it's like, yeah, I'm a bottle killer. I kill bottles. That's why it's KIllco. That's not why it's KIllco. That's a good excuse, a bottle killer, but I am not. If you'll notice, I have too many bottles right now. And, well, only a few of them are close to empty. And it's mostly just the ones I like. Or the ones I've been putting off finishing, like this one. That's another one that needs to be finished at some point soon. The Evan Williams White Label. Bottled and Bond. Why is it KIllco? My last name starts with KILL. And my parents, I'm kind of taking a note from my parents in a very amusing way. Their business, if you want to look at the link below for the audiobook that we did with Fred Minnick's help, the Whiskey Women one, the name of their company is Jimson Recordings. My father's name is Jim. My mother's name is Cindy, or Cynthia. So Jimson Recordings, and they record audiobooks. And KIllco is just me taking my last name and putting the CO at the end. Works. super creative. Really came in. But it also is catchy. It's an easy name to remember. That's the other thing. You say KIllco, and it's like, oh, okay. And the word kill in people's heads, for whatever reason, that sticks. Even though it has nothing to do with killing, thankfully, other than killing bottles every now and then. Yeah, that's it. It's catchy. It's easy to remember. Now it's KIllco Whiskey Musings officially. But it's really, if anyone says KIllco, it's easy enough. Although I hear it's a company as well. It's like a, what's a company? Hold on. I found this out when I was actually looking stuff up about it, like trying to figure out if it was something I had to worry about. But my thing is, you cannot copyright my last name. So good luck trying. Oh. Well, that didn't happen last time. But I just typed in KIllco in Google. One, there was a movie made, apparently, called KIllco. And the other thing is Killian Construction Co. Partners from the ground up. So there's a construction company out there called that. And this was the first time I looked up KIllco, and actually stuff from me came up. So there's my Facebook page and also my logo. Nice. The Google algorithm has taken me under its wing. How nice. Let's see if it actually goes to where I think it goes. Oh, yeah. Goes right to my KIllco page on Facebook. It's working. Soon we shall dominate the world. That's not true. Howdy, Mom. Howdy. Speak of the devil, as they say. No, it's just construction. I don't even know where it is. I didn't check. As long as it's not in this state, I'm fine. Yes, if you didn't know, Cindy Clavey, she's just spoiled everything with her last name. Now you know what it is. And again, it is KILO. And that's my mother, in case you're wondering. They run Jim Sin Recordings. Dun, dun, dun. Let's see. Killian Construction Co. Where is it? This is a terrible webpage. I hate to say that, but it's true. They're in Missouri, so I don't have to worry about them at all. They're not making YouTube videos, I don't think. Mama KIllco, that's right. That was the name that came up for her a while ago. DuckDuckGo has me? Nice. Soon, my friends, we will dominate the industry, whatever the industry is. But really, I just like to talk about whiskey. I mean, if you can make your career / job / whatever, you know, making video content and drinking whiskey, I mean, why not do it? And more importantly, due to my mental health problems and not liking large crowds, being out in public kind of thing, this works for me. Not like going to the workplace. Like, workplaces are really weird places to me. Really weird. And I've been to a few. So, especially the kind of jobs you know you don't want to do. When I think about people who work at Starbucks or McDonald's or Burger King or Chili's, which I actually worked at for a little while, or Domino's. I worked at the Domino's for a bit. It's not an enjoyable thing to do. It's unpleasant, to say the least. So, not my thing, not my jam. And again, haven't been able to work for 10 years anyway because of my health and mental health stuff. Not good. But so far, with the whiskey community on the YouTubes and the Whiskey Tribe and all these other whiskey tube channels, things have gotten much easier. And of course, my own channel where we are now. It's been fun. It's nice to have the company. And as I like to say, it keeps me out of trouble, sort of. But again, within the past year, it's very hard to get into trouble, thankfully. Haven't been going out much. I do miss going to Irene Tan's store, though. That's something I feel sad about. And if you're not sure who Irene Tan is, I will do the thing once again. I could pretend like I'm going to put it in the left-hand corner, but I'm not going to. Even though we are coming up to the end of the evening, I will forget. Oops. I've considered that, but the problem is being at a library, you have to deal with other people. So, not that I don't like people completely, but dealing with strangers and asking questions, you know. And again, librarians have their own crap to deal with usually. There's always someone who's not returning books. See if that link works. Let me know. That should take you to Irene Tan / the Whiskey Tribe. Ow! Whiskey Tribe YouTube channel. And that is the video you can find me in if you look really hard, because I got to meet Rex and Daniel when they came and visited Connecticut / Rhode Island. And that was the first time I met them and the first time I got introduced to Irene Tan, when she has a liquor store less than an hour away in Connecticut. But because of the last year, I have not been able to go there very often, if at all. I hear she's expanded, so I'm curious to see what it's like when I go back. And she's the one who has bottle picks, that kind of barrel picks, that kind of thing. But her stuff is expensive, so yeah. I have some experience. Knowledge? That requires remembering things and having a memory at all. Canterbury Liquors in Connecticut, that's right. And again, you have to remember customers. And liquor store customers are, how should I say this? A unique breed of people is probably the nice way to put it. Like, if I could deal with people who only wanted to find whiskey and had questions about whiskey, I could probably deal with it. But if I had to deal with the guy who's going to haggle over the price of Bud Light, 40-pack or whatever the heck it is, might have a problem there. I'm not a good customer service guy. I know that much. There you go. Tractor. If I know how to drive a tractor, What have you done? Glad you enjoyed your stay, Cheech. I hope you enjoyed your dinner. I will be here on Sunday again if you want to visit. As I like to say, this is very chill, relaxed, kind of decompressing from the week deal. That's most of it. And it gives me an excuse to try whiskey. Sunday, as always, is Sunday sample, but it's also bourbon night, so I always feel obligated to have bourbon on Sundays. Granted, this is a bourbon, but holy smokes, it does not smell like one at all. It's nuts. Wow. It's good. I like. Why I have to say is good I like in that accent, I don't know. But oh well. I'm enjoying this whiskey, if nothing else. I'm definitely looking forward to all the other Chattanooga options I have. I had a few over there, but those were, I think, just the regular releases. And I have the 111. What is it? Hold on. I showed it earlier. We have a Chattanooga straight bourbon whiskey, 111 proof. So that'll be quite a step up from 91. And then we have all these finishing options that they have. I haven't even opened this because I'm afraid I'll lose them. We have one in rum finish. I think we have one with a mead finish, maple syrup, apricot brandy, fig. What? So, if nothing else, Chattanooga is doing some wonky stuff. And I'm looking forward to trying it, if nothing else. I may not like any of them, but I assume I might like some of them. As with Balcones, specifically, there's like one I had and I just did not like it. The baby blue, no. But the tequila finish one they did, hell yeah, that was delish. It isn't. That's part of why these were sent. Part of how I got a bottle is just because being a whiskey tuber, it was hand delivered to me because I can't get it. Like I've heard so much about it, but it's not available in my area. Let me double check. That's not it. Shoot. I can check real quick to see what the distribution is like, but I'm pretty damn sure it is not. They're expanding slowly, I believe. Don't quote me on that, but I believe they're expanding slowly. Because if I've heard about them just from Whiskey Tube, they're doing something right, and I think they're afraid that if they get too much attention, they're going to run out of stock, or they won't be able to replace their stock fast enough, that kind of thing. So, top 20 whiskeys of 2020, apparently. Like, that's them getting attention right there. Rotlar. Ooh, they have a nice cocktail menu. What? Distracted? Who's distracted? You are. No, I'm not. Be quiet. Show me the thing. They're on Instagram if you want to follow them there. Where's... I think they have a YouTube page. They had a YouTube button at the bottom. So her. Oh, not a Texas bourbon fan. I kind of have to be, at least a little. And that's cheating, I think, because Crowded Barrel whiskey is mostly from MGP. So until they actually start making their own stuff, technically it's not Texas. Technically, it's aged in Texas. That's it. Store? Would that work? I don't think it will. Retail bottle shop. Chattanooga Whiskey Gear. Of course there's gear. Whiskey online. Oh, here we go. So it says I can buy whiskey. Doesn't say where. Seal batch. That's not it. Well, if nothing else, I can't quite tell where I can get this. There's an email thing. And they're on Twitter. Ooh, they're on Twitter. Ooh. Something plastic. Wow. I mean, with the baby blue that I had, I didn't like that at all. It was really weird. But, as I said, there are other ones I've tried from Balcones that I like just fine. I think they had one called... What the hell is it called? Hold on. Give me a sec. It was called Icarus. That was an interesting one. I think it had something to do with peated stuff. And no, it wasn't Balcones. Was it? Was it Iron Root? I cannot remember. But as I say anyway, as I say without the there, as I like to say, there's only one way you're going to know if you like it or not, and that's to try it yourself. I will certainly tell people what I've experienced because that's the best I can do. But I can understand if someone doesn't like Texas whiskeys. But here's the thing. You have to try a lot of them because there are a lot of distilleries down there. I went to 7 of them in 2019, and I liked all of them. Andalusia, especially, was one I really liked. And, of course, Crowded Barrel. But then again, I am biased. I am a patron of the Whiskey Tribe / Crowded Barrel. So, serious bias there. And I think I have 2 bottles to pick up there still, which I haven't been able to do because, the past year. Soon, maybe. Maybe this year, maybe not. We'll see. I could drive there. That would take me about a week. I'm not going to do that. I'm not going anywhere until I actually get my vaccinations, pretty much. Someday soon, but until then, I'm all fine with just staying at home. I'm good at that. I'm professional. Oh, here we go. We're rolling into the last few minutes. I will once again tell you that It's Bourbon Wrench is going live right after this stream. If you want to keep the night going, as many of you do, I'm sure. And then ADHD Whiskey is doing something tonight. I have no idea what, because I just don't bother to actually check what other streamers are doing on Friday, it seems. Yes, my mother was the driver, by the way, to the 7 distilleries I went to in Texas. I did not drive. It was no for driving. Trev is doing Booker's stuff, so he's going to be annihilated by the end of the night. And ADHD Whiskey Extra Age Blind Bourbon Skirmish. I'm not sure exactly what that's about, but hey, whatever. I'm sure it'll be a lovely time. It always is. No, that's right. Whiskey Dick's doing that too. There's a few people doing stuff tonight. The Spot. And Bourbon Blind is doing a bunch of stuff. Good God. I can't keep up with how many people are streaming these days. This is why I stream earlier, because I can't keep track of everyone. And unfortunately, I can't watch everyone. But, it's a whole different thing when you're doing your own stream. Looks like my Whiskey Den is doing something too. Is that tonight? It is. My Whiskey Den is doing something at 8:30. I mean, there's no winning here. None. I feel like I missed one. You did say Whiskey Dick. I forgot what he was doing, though. I know he's doing Spot. I'm trying to look at stuff in my subscription thing, and it just hurts my eyes because there's so many of them. But that'll be it for tonight soon. I got 1 minute left. I got plenty of Chattanooga to drink still. It's lovely. Actually, Whiskey Dick's in my area, so someday hopefully we'll do something. But again, we'll see. I don't expect to be on anyone's channel ever. Yeah, Steve A. It's one of those where it's like, crap. How am I supposed to keep up with all this? That's why I tell people never to moderate me. I don't want that responsibility. I will be streaming again Sunday, 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I hope to see some of you there. Thank you for being here. It's been a pleasure, as always. Chattanooga is lovely. Certainly not what I'm used to, but I like it. It's new and different. And I have so much more of it to drink. That's the thing I really am looking forward to. Yes, that's what I usually do. I'm usually listening on the side. Yes. I will see you all next time. As always, live long and prosper. Don't forget to be awesome. And wait for the countdown. Wait for it. Sláinte. Woo!